Hi everybody, if you don't know me already, my name is Kaylee. I'm a gut health nutrition coach, so I help people to overcome their chronic gut and digestive issues using the principles of ancestral nutrition as well as some other holistic health principles. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the top 8 gut healing diet mistakes that can seriously delay your healing by years. So if you are feeling very frustrated on your gut healing journey, like you feel like you've tried everything, you don't know why you're not making progress, maybe you were making progress and you just hit a roadblock and you just aren't quite fully healed and you don't know what to do, or you are kind of new to it and you've never really made much progress and you just don't understand why, then this video is for you. You're gonna want to make sure that you're not making one of these 8 mistakes. They're super common. I made every single one. I'm not joking. I made all 8 mistakes and it delayed my gut healing so badly. I struggled with chronic constipation and IBS for over 10 years, and it wasn't until I fixed all 8 of these that I was actually able to heal. And once I did, it was such quick healing. It only took a few months. A lot is the same with my clients. I always check to see if they're making any of these mistakes and fix them right away so that their gut healing happens quickly. I have a client, Darian, who was making all of these mistakes, and she had struggled for 4 years with bloating, with loose stools, with acid reflux, indigestion, just feeling really bad after she ate. She would go to the couch after a lot of meals just to lay down because she felt so uncomfortable. And when we fixed these 8 mistakes for her, she was able to heal all of those in just 3 months of working together. So these really work. They worked for me. They work for my clients. They'll work for you too. And let's see. Okay, before we get too far into this video, I did want to let you know that I have a few spots open in my program, Ancestral Gut Healing, right now. So if you are interested in healing your gut, you want to get to the root cause of your gut issues, and you want to plan to heal them at the root, that's more holistic, works with your body, focuses on nourishing your body with an ancestral nourishing approach, something that really works. If you're interested in that, then be sure to stick around till the end. I'll talk more about my program and what I offer there. But anyway, back to the video. Let's see. Okay, let's just jump straight into these 8 mistakes. So number 1 is having no animal foods or too little animal foods. Animal foods are so important. I was vegetarian and vegan for almost the entire time I had gut issues. This was one of the last things that I fixed. If you want to hear more about my story, why I was vegan, vegetarian, why I quit, how all that worked, I'll link above. I have a video on my journey and why I stopped being vegan and vegetarian. But those animal fats, those animal proteins, nutrients are so important for gut healing. You need collagen, you need retinol, vitamin A, you need these things from animal foods to be able to heal and seal your gut lining. They're so much easier to digest. They are so much more nutrient rich. You will actually get the nutrients you need to heal your gut. A vegan diet or a vegetarian diet will definitely will definitely impede your healing, if not prevent it altogether. I honestly could not heal until I was eating lots of animal foods again. So number 2 is not cutting out seed oils. Seed oils are so bad for you. I have a whole video on how bad seed oils are for you, so I will link that one up above as well. But they're so inflammatory, they're so damaging to your gut lining. They're damaging to your cardiovascular system. It's really important that you cut those out. Now, I just didn't know better when I was younger. We always cooked with sunflower or safflower oil. I thought that was fine. It's not. That's a terrible oil. Now I use butter or lard most of the time in my cooking, and that is a much better idea. So make sure you cut out those seed oils. And you don't have to be 100% perfect. Like, I go out to eat like 2 or 3 or whatever times a year, not very often, and if it has a little bit, it's not the end of the world, but I do try to avoid it almost all the time. It is very rare that I ever have any, so it is important to avoid. Number 3 is too little collagen or micronutrients. So this does tie back to the first tip, but you really want to make sure you're getting nourishing foods in. You want to get nose to tail animal foods. You want to get the organs, you want to get the bone broth, you want to get the tough cuts of meat, you want to get the bone and skin on poultry and get lots and lots of collagen. It's so important for healing your gut lining. It's good for your joints, it's good for your skin, it's good for like a million things. It's good for building muscles. So more collagen is super important. And you really need those micronutrients to be able to heal, and you're gonna get them so much better from animal foods than plant foods. So yeah, make sure you're getting plenty of nose to tail animal foods is what I'm saying. Number 4 is not having any fermented foods. Fermented foods are so important for balancing your gut microbiome. So if you're not including them already, make sure you're including fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, fermented veggies, yogurt, kimchi, anything like that. If it's yogurt or kimchi or something like that, make sure it doesn't have sugar in it or a bunch of added funky things. And homemade is going to be better, but if you can't get homemade, that's okay. Just make sure you got plenty of fermented foods in. And then number 5 is not properly preparing your plant foods that you're eating. So if you aren't soaking and sprouting and toasting and fermenting your plant foods, especially those nuts, seeds, legumes, and grains, they're going to have a lot more anti-nutrients in them. They're going to be very difficult to digest. They're going to be high in lectins, which can cause leaky gut, can damage your gut lining. So if you want to learn more about that, I have a video on anti-nutrients. I'll link that one above as well. But make sure you are properly prepping your plant foods. So for me, when I have veggies, I cook my veggies. I don't have a lot of nuts, seeds, legumes, and grains, but when I do, I properly prepare them. So I've been making some sourdough bread recently. When I have rice, I soak it overnight in a little apple cider vinegar. I just bought walnuts today because I'm going to put a few walnuts on my salad this week, and I will toast them first. So make sure you are properly preparing those. And then number 6 is too much fiber or plant foods. So if you're eating too many plant foods, it's going to be too many anti-nutrients, too much fiber. A bunch of fiber will back you up if you're already constipated. This is something I dealt with. I ate so many plants. I did not properly prepare them. I ate so much fiber. It felt horrible. My gut microbiome was all off. It was fermenting all these fibers and causing all this gas and bloating, and it was constipating me. So don't overdo the plant foods. We are omnivores, but we are closer to carnivores than we are to herbivores. Our intestines are a little bit on the shorter side. They're not so long like the herbivores. They're closer to the carnivores. Our stomach acid is very strong, just like carnivores are. We can't digest cellulose. We don't have 4 stomachs like a lot of herbivores. We are actually designed to eat more meat than plants. You can mess around with your ratio. Everyone is a little different, but generally people do tend to thrive on having a meat and animal product heavy diet and then kind of filling in some properly prepared plants that they like. You can still have enjoyable, exciting meals, but you just don't want to overdo those plants and have gigantic mounds of veggies at every meal. That's not going to sit very well. Number 7 is grazing or excessive snacking. If you're just kind of reaching for things throughout the day, like, oh, I'll have a few grapes here and a few nuts here and like a piece of cheese here, that's not going to be good for your digestive system. You want to keep your meals all at one time, and then you want to wait 3 hours plus till you eat again. Now, this doesn't have to be an excessively rigid thing, but in general, you want to keep it that way because you want to give your stomach a chance to fully digest what's in there and empty all of that out into your small intestine before you eat again, so you're not mixing partially digested food with new needing to be digested food in your stomach. You want to keep those separate. It takes roughly 3-ish hours for that process to occur. So you really want to space that out. You don't want your little snack to have to make things kind of start over and drag it out longer. So yeah, this is really important. I've seen a lot of people feel a lot better as soon as they start cutting this out. So that's a huge one. And then number 8 is not balancing your macros. So the grazing and the not balancing your macros are the most common suggestions I make on people's food logs. So part of my program, I have people do food logs, write down what they're eating, how it's feeling, and I make suggestions to make sure they're balancing their meals well, they're separating their meals by enough hours, they're getting all their nutrients in, they're eating in a gut-friendly way. So you really get that guidance to to have that confidence of knowing what you're doing right and knowing what you need to change, and then seeing those results. And any questions you have, you get support on too. So those are two things I tell people all the time, is to stop grazing, to just stick to your meals. You can have 3 meals and a snack, just make sure they're separated appropriately. And then yeah, so you want to have all your macros. You want to have fat, protein, and carbs at each meal. This is just so important. If you aren't having the protein or fat, it's not going to be as satiating. Carbs can make you feel, they can help your metabolism, and they can prevent like stress and adrenal fatigue and thyroid issues. So having a little bit is beneficial. You can go lower. I go a little bit lower. I don't like a lot of them, but having some generally is helpful. You just want to pick gut-friendly ones. So make sure you have your protein, fat, and carbs at every meal. It's so important. It'll make you feel so much better. I get into all the details on that in my program, and I go into a lot more detail on all of this, on why you should do that, what is the importance of carbs, what are their functions, what's the importance of protein and fat, why to have them all together, why do they work together. I go over all that in my program. So yeah, like I said earlier, I do have some space available right now. Basically, Ancestral Gut Healing is a program to help you overcome your gut and digestive issues in as little as 3 months. So many of my clients are healed in 3 months. It's pretty amazing. Once you start really working with your body, it will heal itself so quickly. So basically what I provide is a roadmap on how to heal your gut. I give you a personalized action plan on what you should do to overcome your specific gut issues at the root. I go over the root causes with you. I go over what kind of habits to start implementing, and I give you guidance throughout that whole time. So you get the personalized coaching, you get to ask questions, and you get support through this whole process so that you have, you know, the knowledge you need, you have the resources you need, and the support you need in order to heal your gut quickly. And you have that accountability to make sure you're actually doing what you know you need to do as well. So if you want to hear more about what I offer with Ancestral Gut Healing, I'll leave a link below where you can book a call to talk with me. And basically it's just a call for you to hear more about what I offer, for me to meet you, hear what you're going through, see if it's something I can help you with, and yeah, see if my program is a good fit for you. And yeah, so if you're interested in that, you want to hear more, be sure to book a call with me. Again, I'll leave that link below. Yeah, and I would love to talk with you. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, feel free to share it with anyone else that you know that you think might benefit from it. You know, like, leave a comment, subscribe, anything like that helps me out, and I really appreciate it. Bye.